Roy and Benita got married after a wonderful love story. They both wanted to spend the rest of their lives together and build a family of their own. Marriage was the first step in fulfilling their shared dream of having a family of their own. They would talk for hours about what it would be like to be parents and how they'd raise their children. Shortly after they got married, Benita found out the most amazing news. She was finally pregnant, and their dream of a happy family was one step closer. Benita was the most ecstatic woman at the time. She was going to be a mother and even started looking for potential names for both genders. Her excitement only made the next moment all the more heartbreaking. Sadly, Benita's pregnancy did not turn out the way that she and Roy had hoped. They went through the hardest experience parents can have. The baby was born prematurely and didn't survive. Their hopes and excitement for parenthood were crushed. She and Roy had to work through the awful emotional hurricane that took over their life. Losing a child is no easy thing to live with, especially when it's their first child. Despite their loss and pain that ate their hearts, Benita and Roy did not give up on children. Shortly after losing her first baby, Benita found out she was pregnant again. Benita's belly was growing with time, and so was her love for her unborn child. She got more and more excited about fulfilling her dream of having a big family. The thrill of being pregnant again made her forget about her first loss. All she cared about was having a child and being a mother, or so she thought. Tragedy struck again, and the baby was born ahead of its time. The young couple were more emotionally wrecked than ever. They had built up their excitement and were so looking forward to becoming the mother and father of a little baby. Losing their ray of hope again brought so much heartache to both. Despite their pain, they refused to give up on parenting. Benita felt pregnant again after a while, and yet again, life decided to strike the couple. The baby was born prematurely and did not survive. Benita and Roy had built up their hopes 3 times only to have their dreams shattered by tragedy each time. Benita and Roy were devastated by the death of their third baby. They started believing that their dreams of having a family would never come true, as everything in life conspired against them. Every time a ray of hope showed up, Benita had reached a point in her life where she felt that the void in her heart can only be filled with a baby. Just when she had lost all hope of ever feeling complete again, Midnight came into her and Roy's life. Midnight was a tiny, adorable stray kitten. The moment the couple laid eyes on him, they felt the need to rescue him and welcome the tiny creature to their mourning hearts. Midnight was a helpless tiny kitten when he was found. Roy and Benita thought he wouldn't last another night on his own. They had to take care of him. The couple needed Midnight's rescue as much as he needed theirs, perhaps a little more. They were able to give the love they wanted to give their baby to the tiny creature. He was a furry ball of joy that enlightened their bleak life. Midnight had become the child that they never had. They showered him with love and attention. His presence in their life filled up the void they'd been feeling and even decided to stop trying so hard for another baby. They had come to terms with the decision when they found out that Benita was pregnant again. The unexpected news flooded them with joy. However, their previous experience with failed pregnancies filled them with worry and fear of losing this one again. They weren't ready to go through that heartbreaking pain again. Benita hoped with every bone of her body that the baby would survive the full-term pregnancy. The pregnancy progressed without any trouble over the months. Benita became even more cautious. The couple would anxiously look forward to each doctor's appointment and rejoice a little bit with each consultation bringing good news. Benita successfully carried her pregnancy to full term without any issues. The awaited moment finally came. Both her and Roy were ecstatic when she gave birth to a perfectly healthy little girl. The little angel was named Stacy. Her parents were the happiest in the world. They had waited so long for this moment. They had even given up on it for a while. There was just one thing that they were concerned about. How would Midnight react? The couple was relieved when they saw how Midnight welcomed their baby girl. He immediately accepted her and showed his affection for the little baby. In fact, Midnight even became a bodyguard for Stacy. He would spend his days and nights keeping watch over Stacy. Wherever the baby was, Midnight was there too. They even slept in the same room. A few weeks later, Stacy got terribly sick. Her parents didn't think twice before hurrying up to the doctors. Benita breathed a sigh of relief when the doctor told her not to worry. Stacy had a simple cold, and it was completely normal for babies around her age. Now that Benita fully recovered from giving birth, she decided to invite her parents over for dinner. She wanted them to bond with their granddaughter and build their love ties with little Stacy. Since Stacy was still sick, she was put down to sleep in her crib earlier than normal. As per usual, midnight followed close behind. Bernita turned on the baby monitor and left Stacy to sleep. Few minutes later, an odd sound was coming from the monitor. Bernita rushed to the nursery, and that's where she saw Midnight howling into the baby monitor. He was acting strange, and she only understood his behavior when she looked at Stacy lying quietly in the crib. Stacy was barely breathing, her skin turned blue, and was suffocating. Bernita felt her heart tighten at the thought of losing her child again. Stacy was taken to the hospital in an emergency. When they got there, the medics told them that Stacy had gone into full respiratory failure. The doctors were able to save Stacy's life. She was a miracle baby indeed. Had she been taken to the hospital only a few minutes later, she would have been lost. If Midnight had not started howling into the baby monitor, they would never have been able to hear their daughter struggling to breathe, and she would have died. Not only did the little cat fill a void in her life as they helped each other through a difficult time, but the cat was also her baby's guardian angel and saved Stacy's life.